Hi everyone, Beckie Belote here. I'm a creative memories advisor from Newport News, Virginia. And pajama crop, way fun last weekend. For those of you that joined me, thank you. And for those that just saw my silly videos, thanks for your comments. It makes it rewarding to know that people are watching. Um, and I am going to actually show an idea that I showed my peeps at my pajama crop. So if you are a pajama cropper and you missed that demo, you're going to want to watch. If you saw the demo on the little mini Starburst and you'd like another lesson, this one you might want to watch. Otherwise, you may want to fast forward through this one to see if there's anything that I say that you'd like to hear. I am going to start by showing though some tools that you may or may not know about that I think we're also going to love. Those of us that are punch collectors, so I'm going to be showing those off as well. Um, let's see. This week, we are going to have a new release on Thursday, on the 14th. So, and I'm going to show you that item in a minute. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything new this week. Um, and so, anyways, let's see. Um, always looking for people to join as an advisor. So if you have any interest at all in becoming an advisor and you're not affiliated with another advisor, maybe you're buying direct from the company, maybe you go to multiple advisors and you don't really have anyone to call home. I would love to talk to you about joining. 49 to join. They give you $50 to turn around and buy whatever you want. So it's like free to join. Plus, you're going to get even more than that. You'll get a beautiful album. I should show you that. Give me a second. I don't think I've shown you this before. Is this beautiful? This is in addition to the 50 free. So they're paying you more than $1, boys and girls. This is a really good deal. So, anyways, this is one that you cannot buy. In fact, advisors can only buy one, and there's some stipulations even to that. So it is really a great deal. So, anyways, if you're considering it, if you love scrapbooking, if you love helping people, if you'd like to make friends, I'm trying to think of all the reasons people do it. If you see you want to surround yourself, maybe you retired and want to surround yourself with a really positive group of people. Maybe you want to do it just on the side. Maybe you want to replace an income. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to do it for fun. If you love scrapbooking, you're going to love this. And so there's no requirements, there's no minimums. You can't go into debt unless you have no self-control. Okay, no, I can't control that. But anyways, would love for you to consider it. Would love to hear from you. My email is Beckie, Beckie, at scrapbookwithbecky.com. Beckie at scrapbookwithbecky.com. All right, so let's jump into this. I'm going to go ahead and change my screen, and hopefully my camera is high enough that you can see what I want to show you first. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is what's coming out on the 14th, and I'm going to slide it over. And I wish you were here well, you can see how easily I'm sitting down and I'm picking this bin up and down. Um, this is how big it is. You can see that it is covering my board pretty much. So it's not 13 inches, it's about 12 inches wide. I'm going to scoot it over on this side of the board that you can see that it's probably closer to 14 inches long. And I'm just guessing, because it doesn't really matter that much, I hope, to you. But it's taller than our other bins. So let me just do it the other angle. So it's a little taller, probably almost twice the height as some of the other ones that we have. All right. But the reason why I made a big deal of doing the up down thing is because, hold on, let me skip the focus back for us. Hopefully it'll come back in just a second. Is because I'm lifting it from a sitting position and it's not heavy. The reason it's not heavy is because it only will hold 12 punches at a time. All right. So we as scrapbookers who are addicted to punches, we are very good at jam packing our cases with punches. They're too heavy. It adds a lot of wear and tear on the material that we are overpacking them. And I'm saying we because I have done it myself. We are overpacking them with more than what's supposed to go in them. And we're damaging our punches. Okay. And we're damaging our containers. So this is designed to hold these nicely. All right. And in here, it comes with it is this, I hope that you can see, it's got a little hole in here for the wings on your airplane punches. And if you put it in, it'll go boxes. If you store yours in boxes, please, if you do that, please type in why you do that. I'm just curious. I don't know why anybody would save their box unless, because a used one has no value. You know what I mean? It has value, but I don't, anyways, I'm just curious why we save them if it's a safety thing. I mean, well, anyways, I feel like this keeps them safer. And I would just like, I'm just curious because I don't know the answer to that. But if you're storing them in boxes, you can actually get 14 in here. The box and all will fit in here. You will have to take out your styrofoam thing. And somebody was saying on our advisor thing last night that people are using these to store embellishments and stuff in, and the foam thing, kind of like a caddy at their seat. So I haven't seen it. I don't know what they're talking about, but that's what somebody said. So I thought I would bring that up. And it was at my advisor meeting last night. And I bring that up because advisors help advisors. And that is probably one of the best things about being an advisor is we help each other. You don't have to know it all to join. You don't have to be good at this. You just have to love and want to share scrapbooking with others. Okay. So this is one container. All right. What I love is now our punches all have a place. All right. So you have seen me brag about our the border maker one. I'm going to show that one last only because it's more awkward to get to from where I'm sitting. No, I'm not. I'm going to scoot it through here. I'm just going to scoot it right through. All right. So you've seen me talk about these, but there's something else I want to say about these. So this one is not available in Rainbow right now, I don't think. But it is available and it's available two ways. It's available where you just get an empty container and you add trays to it. And what's beautiful about that is you can choose your trays. Okay. So this one is a double decker. So it's got a tray underneath it that houses more border maker cartridges. Notice how it's housing them flat, whereas the top one houses them vertically. All right, so these are vertically stored. And this particular one is indeed designed to also hold the housing for the tool itself. So this and this. So if you have a lot of border maker cartridges, which a lot of people tend to have, you probably have more than one of these containers and do not need this top panel over and over again. So that means now you can customize yours and have the type of layer that you would like. And the brilliant thing about it is if you don't put this particular one in your bin, you can put 3 layers. So it'll be a triple decker. All right. So keep that in mind if you're getting ready to get more of these inserts. So we can now buy these empty where you can add your inserts in a custom way to suit your needs. I hope that makes sense. Very affordable to get this very unique storage for our top most desired tool, which is that border maker. All right. And then last but not least, we also have this one available. All right. This one now is going to store our just regular punches. Okay. This one does come with all these little sectional things. I would probably, if I were you, I would probably get those little sectional things because it will prevent you from overstuffing and it provides some natural gaps for your punches so that they're being softly stored. Again, now I'm sitting, I'm picking this up, I'm not breaking my back. You all are going to love how these feel. You pull those airplane punches out of here, and it's really not so heavy. So anyways, I hope that you love what they've done. I sure have. Thank you, Creative Memories. Thank you, thank you. We really, really needed that. All right, so today I'm going to show you what I'm showing you. Going to teach you first, so that you can have time to run around and get some supplies if you want to try this with me. Um, so a couple weeks ago, I taught a giant sunburst, one that I kind of got the vision from the Creative Memories virtual crop. I didn't have time, I didn't want to read the directions, so I created my own, and I realized it really wasn't the same. All right, but I really liked it. So, anyways, now, and I love that one. And let me see if one of them is in reachable view in case you didn't see my Tip Tuesday. Let's see. I think I have one reachable view. Of course, it's probably on the bottom of the stack. Oh my gosh. It is. Let's see. Here we go. So this is what I taught a couple weeks ago. Is this where the sunburst runs the whole way down the page? And people love the idea. What they didn't love is that they felt like they didn't want to cover up that decoration. And as a result, they didn't get as many pictures. I feel like it has pretty many, but I hear you. And I thought, well, you know what? We can do this different. We can do the same concept, less space. And so that's what I'm doing here. If any of you have the coastal scenes line, this spread was made with coastal scenes. Okay. You can lay it, any way you want to. That's coastal scenes. All right. This one I made with deeper in the woods. So where you put that starburst, it doesn't really matter. But you can see I do have room for pictures and journaling. So it's not really overpowering. You really could do just one of them if you wanted to. I think this would be very beautiful with just one on a double page spread instead of two. Notice I said deeper in the woods. I am using the texture paper in case you start looking and trying to duplicate. And those letters are the green A, B, C embellishments is what they're called. All right, love the sizing of those. This one I made with springtime soiree. Different looks. All right, and then this one I made last night to show my team how to do it. And I used adventure parks. And on this one, for kind of just some interest, I used the admission ticket border punch to add these ticket stubs through the middle to kind of seal the deal. Is that upside down? No, it's not. To kind of seal the deal that we are at some kind of amusement park, adventure park, something like that. So this is going to be an extension of what I taught you a couple weeks ago. I find it to be even easier and faster, and you will need your big trimmer. And this one, we're going to be able to use our photo trimmer, which makes it even faster and easier to do. The first thing I want you to do is make sure your facing sides are facing each other. Okay, so a sandwich with matching sides on the inside. Next, what I want you to do, you might want to write this down. I always have, do you have the directions? I don't write them down. I do them and then I don't write them down. So you write them down, okay? So I'm going to go a little slow in case some of you are doing it with me. I'm going to line it up to the 6-inch. I'm going to cut these two pieces of paper at the same time. By the way, when I picked these pieces of paper, I picked ones that I thought looked beautiful together. The front and the back look beautiful together. Okay. So I'm going to put this one aside, this stack aside. So we cut them in half at the 6-inch. Now I'm going to take two of them. I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch from the side. And the 1/2 inch mark is that first line to the left of your mat strip or to the right of your mat strip. Then I'm going to take a 1/2 inch from the top. Okay, so a 1/2 inch from the long, a 1/2 inch from the short, and set those aside. We're going to use them, but not now. All right, next, we are going to take these and we are going to rotate and we are going to cut them in half at the 6 inch. Stack them all together. And then you're going to cut, you're going to do the same thing as you did on the other set. We're going to take a 1/2 inch off the side and a 1/2 inch off the top. One of the things I told my croppers the other day is I find go ahead and run your finger down your trimmer. If you cut like most people do, your mat strip is more haggled at the top than it is at the bottom because we do most of shortcuts at the top, which means the bottom is not getting used as much. So I'm just going to bring your attention to that so that you can be more concerted, more strategic on using all parts of your trimmer so that your mat strip wears equally. It'll give you more life to your trimmer. All right, so I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch off here. Make sure you cut through all of them. Slow moving. This means either my mat strip needs replacing or my blade because usually I can cut through that no trouble. What I am going to do now is I am going to lay this next cut in the middle in case that struggle was happening because of the mat strip and not the blade. Let's see if we have a better result now. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so I am wearing my bottom and my top equally. My middle had a better mat strip. Okay, so now we've got 4 of these and 2 of these. So now what I want you to do is grab the paper that you want to build on. Now you could build this directly into your album if you want to. I have chosen today to use the new caramel colored cardstock that will be coming out with Croptoberfest. For those of you that got that super cool new paper organizer, do you just love that? I'm going to pull a folder out real fast for you. In fact, I'm going to pull two file folders out with the paper, only because it's awkward for me to show more than that. All right, so I'm pulling 2 of the 5. These are the dividers that you can get. It's called, I don't know, it's under the What's New, and it's some kind of paper organizer bundle, and it comes with the tote, the medium tote, a pod that they drop into, and it comes with 25 colored folders, and it comes with one of each color for the folders, plus 2 sheets, which is why I have 2 of the caramel, 2 sheets of the 4 colors that are brand new to us for Croptoberfest for the fall. All right, so super cool. But what I wanted to point out is if you got this similar collection last year, what you got was like 12 folders, and this year you have 25. And the beauty of that is last year, if you were like me, you were storing everything that was a shade of red in this folder, in this file divider. All right, but now see how the paper matches perfectly. This is the paper, this is the file. It matches perfectly. And when I get to this different color, this is my other red, and you can see how that matches perfectly. So you don't have to put the names on the files. Sorry about that. You don't have to put the names on the files. Come on, baby. Because the file color matches your paper exactly. All right. So anyways, I think you're going to love these. You do not have to buy the whole set. You can buy just the files if you want to. These files. You could buy just the paper set if you want to. You could buy just the tote if you want to, or you can buy them all together. Okay. So super cool. I'll put that back in a moment. All right. So this is a new color. All right, so first thing, I'm going to go ahead and decide which way I want this. This is a personal preference, but I tend to put the less busier look up. So I'm going to put the green up here. You are going to want repo for this. Because we took a 1/2 inch everywhere, we should have a nice margin around all the edges. By the way, I promised you all a video on the new Weekender bag. They are still available. My holdup has been I need a friend to help me with that. So today I'm going to see the friend that I'm going to rope into it, and hopefully we can get that out. She's been out of town for 2 weeks, which made that tricky. All right, so we're going to do that here, but she is back. By the way, for those of you that have been following me and know my husband had surgery yesterday, praise the Lord, he did fantastic. I am feeling so blessed. I'm so blessed about the whole thing. Like they found this tumor when they were doing a back surgery, or when they were preparing to do his back surgery that he needed so badly. It's a tumor in his stomach that at this point is just pre-cancerous. So there is something very powerful about that. And so I did want to give that testimony that God is so, so, so good. All right. So he's good all the time, but boy, it feels so good um when you feel like the things are working in your favor today. Sometimes we don't know he's working, but I felt it. I just felt it. Yeah, he just did so good. I mean, he's up and moving and was out watering the plants, and he just had the surgery yesterday. So very, very exciting. So I taught you 2 weeks ago to take all the lines on your mat and extend them all to the corner so that they stick out above. I also told you I put strategic dots, and that was for doing the big sunburst, but you're going to need this for the little sunburst too. You don't need as many dots. But I'm going to remind you where I put them. Mine, my 1 is down here on my mat and it goes up to the 12. So I had a little dot on the 8 here and a little dot on the 8 there. All right, over here on this side, I had a dot on the 4 and also a dot on the 4 at the top. Okay. So if you want these exact same looks, you're going to want the exact same dots, but it doesn't matter too much where you put them. You can get a different look and it will be beautiful. I'm going to put both of these. So again, the light colors are facing each other. That's very important. I screwed one up terribly by not remembering that. So I'm telling you so that you won't do it. The light colors must be facing each other before you start cutting. And I am going to put a dot somewhere down here. Doesn't matter where, just like with the big ones. Doesn't matter where you put that dot. Just pick a spot. I'm going to pick one right here. And you should do this with pencil so that you can erase them. And I don't even know if you can see that. Let me make it bigger. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, there's that one dot. Then, so we're done with the bottom. So all of our other dots are going to go around. And when you put one over here on this side, here's my dot that I'm seeing, the little green dot right there. Go ahead through there and do one on the other side as well. All right. Okay. And then I have a dot here where that line, my intersection, I'm going to put one there and I'm going to follow that over and put one on the other side. All right. The other, I didn't have any up here, but I always put one on the corner. So go ahead and put one on the corner there and on the corner here. All right. And then we've got the black line that intersects there. So we're going to go there. And then I have a dot on my 8. So this one going to go there. You with me? All right. Super, super simple. Now what we're going to do, I am going to get set up to build this. And what I'm going to do is kind of put these over here a little bit so that I have room to work over here. And then we're going to build it on the paper in the space as we go along. And we are going to make sure we're using repo tape. All right, so grab your photo trimmers. It makes it faster with this because it's a shorter cut. Remember that this dot that we put on the bottom, it is going to go through all of these dots. All right. All right, so let's do it. First cut. I have a black dot there, and I have a black dot way down there. All right, so you just want it on the other side of the plastic. That's where it's going to cut. If in doubt, you can kind of slowly bring the hammer down to make sure you're cutting it where you intended. I'm leaving it like there. I'm not moving it around so I don't get confused. It's gonna the color should match. And because I have this stuck down, I can allow the proper spacing in between. I can make sure that it looks like these are lined up because we want it nice and square. I'm just visually doing that to make sure it's square. And we're going to do this one. And then when you're done, you can erase with your pencil. I did a Sharpie, so I'm not going to be erasing, but I wanted you to be able to see it. All right. So we're going to do another cut. So this time we're leaving this dot where it is. We're going to rotate this over to the next dot up here. Putting that dot right on the other side of the metal, and we're going to slam it down. All right. When I watch people build these, and even myself sometimes, so remember we're alternating color. So flip them so that they're both green. And remember that if it doesn't fit quite right, it's not in the right spot. So this one must go on the other side. Remember, we're trying, and also unlike the one they did on the virtual crop, these are going to be touching. So they're going to be right on top of each other. And if it doesn't fit nicely, and remember, we're trying to build a square where this is a straight side. If it's not going to go up straight, you've put it in the wrong spot. All right, next. Do you love that caramel paper? The Croptoberfest colors are beautiful this year. If you haven't seen them, reach out to your advisor. I know that mine that came to the Croptoberfest saw the colors. If you did not come, it's not a secret. I'm happy to share. Just let me know. All right, so now we did the flower, we did the green. So what's next? Flower. That's right, boys and girls. So this one fits nicely there. This one fits nicely there. Still going vertical. So just so that you know, though, doesn't it look to you like I am at the top of my square? Do you see how we're now looking for something to go this way? So keep that in mind when we do the next cut. All right. So now going back to our cuts, we're leaving this bottom point in place. We're moving to that next black dot. The black dot, I'm going just to the other side of that silver tray. All right. What color are we looking for now? Green. That's right. Now, do you see if I put that here, that doesn't look right? So this one must go here. All right. That was the only thing that people struggled with. So I'm just trying to get it through your head that it's one place or the other. And you want the little skinny points to be going down here. So the little skinny things that you hardly have any room at all to put adhesive on, that's got to go towards the middle. A little tiny angle down there. So now you should be expecting straight edges across the top. All right, so we're rotating again to this dot. And we're looking for this color. So see how that doesn't work? That must go there. This must go here. If you're a geometry person like me, this is heaven for you, isn't it? All right, so we're going to slide it. We have an advisor friend named Stephanie. She's been posting math problems, and I just can't stop by looking. I like to try to figure them out. It's so goony, isn't it? All right, does that go there? Yes. I used to teach math, many of you know, and I love teaching math so much, but I love teaching scrapbooking better. But it doesn't hurt to get a math fix, even if it's a Facebook, can you do this question? All right, so now to me, that looks like this side of the square is finished. So now we're going to get a different look as we cut the next pieces. We have such a little slither left. It's hard to believe we have a lot more work to do, but we do. I'm going to slide it and go to the next dot, which is here. Whoops. All right, see, we've got like a really weird one now. All right, and remember, it's got to be this color. Let's see which one goes where. That's beautiful. This one I could see where this one would be a little trickier, only because we have two skinny ends. If you got that one upside down, that would not fit properly. But you see what's happening is now we have that straight edge going down the paper. All right, and we're almost done. I have another dot to cut and it'll separate this into two pieces. So we have two more little pieces to come. I'm going to do this one first. Notice how we need the green side up. You can see how that's not working. Must go here. This, by the way, if you're wondering if you have any prairie scenes, I think prairie scenes may still be available on the website. I'm not sure, but this beautiful pattern came from prairie scenes. I know I still have some in stock for my clients. If you did not get this one, $20 for the set of both paper and matching stickers for this. Oops, putting it on the wrong side. Remember when you used repo and I suggested repo if you goof like that? Not a big deal. Just kind of roll it off and try again. All right, there you have it. Move this out of the way. Do you love this? Is that fun? And because this is a pattern that doesn't matter, there is no right side up or right side down. We have more versatility on this one. So if you wanted to do that big panel down here on the bottom, you could do that for a totally different look. Is that cool? So this is rotatable any direction that you want. All right. So that is all that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate that. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for your comments. It helps more people to discover Scrapbook with Beckie. So thank you again. Have an amazing week. And I will try to get my Holly next door to help me get up that video with the Weekender bag, because I do think that you're going to want that. Okay. Bye everyone. And don't forget Thursday for the border tool organizers. Okay. My website is www.scrapbookwithbecky. Wait, not true. www.creativememories.com/user/ and then my name, BCKIEBELOTE.